Oh no, this is kind of broken. Do you guys remember this that I made 2 years ago?
I think it's been 2 years.
I think it has. This was a fun DIY. I'm gonna have to put that one back together. I grabbed one of these pumpkin wreath forms at Dollar Tree. You're also going to need some twine as well. So I started with my twine at the very top. I'm gonna hot glue it on, and then I'm just going to start wrapping it around the top portion to cover my stem. Next, I wanted to wrap the outer portion of my wreath. So I'm just going to wrap it around, hot gluing periodically. You're gonna need some beads for this. I suggest grabbing them on Amazon. I'll put the ones that I use down in the description box. So you're gonna use your wire cutters to cut the top of the wreath form, and you're gonna start lacing on your wood beads. Once you get it to the top, grab your hot glue, and you're going to place it back exactly where it was before and let the glue dry before you move on. You're gonna repeat those steps on your wreath. I just love the way this pumpkin turned out. I hope you guys are able to recreate it. Last fall, one of my most popular projects was when I painted an owl and sanded it. So when I saw the fox this year, I said, hey, let's try the fox and see how that goes. So I went in with 2 coats of the white paint that I had picked up from Home Depot, and I do kind of regret picking that weight. I think it would have been better if I just used Waverly white paint, because Waverly white paint's a little bit easier to sand. Once it has a chance to dry, you're gonna come back in with sandpaper and you're gonna pull off all the details so that you can see the details in the ears, the nose, the eyes, around the tail, and it just kind of makes a cute little figurine. So here's how the fox turned out. For this next project, you're gonna need 2 of the orange jars and some fairy lights. Let's start with the lids. So I'm gonna use some acrylic paint and paint the lids with 2 coats of a brown paint. Now I wanted these to look a little bit more rustic, so I just found a stick in my backyard, and I'm gonna use my saw to cut down 2 little handles. Now for my leaves, I found these really cool fall florals at Dollar Tree. I'm gonna cut off a couple of the leaves, hot glue those down, then I'll hot glue my stick in place. And then to make it look a little bit more rustic and realistic, I'll add in some Spanish moss. I added batteries to my lights, and I'm gonna place those into the jar, add the lids, and these look so cool lit up. What you're gonna need is 3 wood cutouts from Dollar Tree. You're also going to need something to hang them. I found these really awesome macrame hangers at Dollar Tree. You also need some fall paint. So go to Sherwin-Williams or Home Depot and pick out some fall colors that you love, that you wanna use in your crafts this year, and then get inexpensive paint samples. They're perfect to use in all your DIY crafts. Grab some wood filler and fill the holes on your wood cutouts. Next, you need to prep, because once you start down the road of paint pour, there's no turning back. Okay, that's a little dramatic, but you want to get all your supplies out. So I'm going to open the top of all of my paints, line them up. I'm also going to get out 3 disposable cups. You also want to use gloves because this is going to get messy. Next, I'm going to pour my paint into the disposable cups. You just want to pour a little bit in each cup, and remember, however much paint you put in there, that's going to be the main color on your item. So if you like a color more than others, just pour them depending on which color you want to see the most on your paint pour. Before you start pouring, make sure you get out a plate and a cup or something to sit on there that your paint pour can rest on. Then you're ready to start. So put your piece onto the cup and you're going to take the cup with all of the paint in it and you're just going to wiggle it on the top of whatever you're paint pouring. Once you get the majority of the paint on there, then this is the fun part. You can start moving it around to create those really fun lines and shapes that happen with a paint pour. You want to make sure that you cover your wood piece completely with paint. Now repeat this with all of the pieces that you're going to paint pour. From here, what you want to do is you want to let them sit on the cups to dry. This way, any excess paint will have a chance to just drop off, and make sure you give it at least overnight to dry. I really hope you guys are able to find these macrame hangers at Dollar Tree. I was so excited to find them. I'm gonna use these to hang up my paint pour pieces. So I'm just going to flip the pieces over on the back and then I'll line up the macrame pieces. Once I have it where I want it to be, I'm gonna hot glue it on the bottom as well as the top. Once it has a chance to dry, I'm going to cut off the extra strands on the macrame, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on my other two paint pour pieces, making sure that I line them up as evenly as possible with the one I first created. My next tip is, how are you going to hang these pieces on the wall? So what I like to do is put everything on the floor. This way I can kind of map it out where it's going to look good. Next, you got to figure out how you're going to hang it. I'm going to be using these hooks from Dollar Tree. I'm actually going to place these behind my macrame pieces on the yarn. Then you can just simply pull the backing off and place them on your wall. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.